What's going on? I'm going to be going over my Federation Aggro deck that got me first place at Locals. So I managed to take first place with Federation Aggro. It got me the Unforeseen Incident Winner card. So this is a blue-green build. We'll start off with the lowest levels, which is level 2, and we're playing 4 of the gym from the starter deck. Just a level 2, cost 1, 2/2. Just a cheap unit to get out there and does decent trades with most of the units in the game right now. And the next unit is the gun tank, also a 1 cost. It is a 1/2, and then you choose 1 rested enemy unit, deal 1 damage to it. So it's pretty good to increase your trade potential. Gives you a little bit of damage on their units, and then it's also just another body to swing in. And for the next unit, we have 4 Zaku 2 from the starter deck. This one is just a 1 cost, 1/2, but then on attack gets +2 AP this turn. So it's really good for swinging over that EX base. You basically always want to open with this guy because he is really good. And the last level 2 is the Zaku 2 from the set. It's basically the same as the GM, but it is green. And you're just spamming out these guys as quick as possible. Now onto the level 3s, we have 4 Rizel because it is just a 2 cost, 4/3. So it has those big stats to take out bases and give you some good trades because it's such a cheap unit that you kind of don't care. You can just swing it into whatever you want. And the next level 3 is 4 of the gun cannon. So gun cannon has repair 1. And then when paired, choose 1 enemy unit with 2 or less HP and rest it. And then it has a link of the white base team trait. So, and it's 2/3, so it doesn't have the best stats, but that 3 life, especially when paired with a pilot, at least allows you to live most of the time. And so they really have to commit bodies to kill it, which then it has repair. So if they don't kill it, it's getting some health back. And then we have 3 of the Jagan. So it is a 2 cost, but while you have 2 or more Earth Federation units in play, this card in your hand gets the cost reduced by 1, and it is a 3/2 body, so it's pretty good for a 1 cost. Because most of the time you're going to have 2 Earth Federation units out. And the last level 3 is 2 of the G Fighter. So it's a 2 cost, 3/2, and then on deploy, one of your white base team units gains high maneuver. And then it also has a link with white base team trait, which we play a few of. So it really can also just give itself high maneuver if you link it. So now onto the level 4s, we have 3 Anksha. Anksha is a 2 cost, and then on deploy, choose 1 rested enemy unit, deal 1 damage to it. And then it is a 3/3. So basically it's just a beefier version of the gun tank that only costs 1 more. So it's pretty good because you're able to get that 3 stat line, trades with a lot of things, and then it doesn't die to everything with 3 health, so it is not bad. For the next level 4, we have 4 of the starter deck Gundam. This costs 3, 3/4, and repair 2, and then also during repair, all of your units get +1 AP. And then it links with Amuro Ray. So it gets you a lot of advantage with that +1, so it makes the Rizel 5, and if your 2/2s a 3, and just bumps everything up and really helps get through bases that way. For the last level 4 and the last unit, we have the Gundam from the set. So this is cost 3, and it is 3/3. All your white base team units gain repair +1. And then when paired, if you have 2 or more units in play, draw a card. So this helps get you a little more advantage in the hand because you're usually going to have 2 more units in play. And then it also can make the Gundam go up to a 3 repair, and then G Fighter gets repair, gun cannon, and then gun tank. But that is it for our units. The goal is to slap down as many as you can, as quick as you can. Onto the pilots, we have 4 Amuro Ray. So Amuro Ray is level 4, costs 1. First, add it to your hand, and then when paired, choose 1 enemy unit with 5 or less HP and rest it. So really, this is just to get around blockers. So you rest their blocker, and then just swing into their life, and then you make them deal with your units. The last pilot is one Sayla Mass. So Sayla, level 3, cost 1, first add to hand, and then while this unit is blue, it gains repair 1. It gives +1/+1. You're able to put this on the gun cannon to give it repair 2, and then it's also a link, so you're able to swing with that, and then also a link with the G fighter, since it is white base team. Kind of just wanted a 5th pilot, might bump it up to 2 and have 6 pilots, but the deck space is a little tight because you want to play as many units as possible. But onto the commands, I have 2 Show of Resolve. So Show of Resolve just costs 3, draw 2 cards. Just lets you replenish your hand. It's kind of good because you will run out of hand really fast because you're going to be playing all of your units out. Then I have 2 Fortress Defense. So this usually is what seals you the game. So on turn 5, you can play this for 2. And then main, deploy 2 Zaku 1/1 unit tokens, and they are not rested, so your opponent really has to figure out a way to deal with them. You're just swinging in with 2 more checks, and then you're most likely going to have 1 or 2, maybe even 3 more units on the field. And then the last thing is 3 bases. We have 3 white base, so this just gives you a token. So you pay 2, and if you have 0 units, you can play a 3/3 gun token. If you have 1 unit, you can play a 2/2 gun cannon token. And if you have 2 or more units, you get a 1/1 gun tank token. Really, this is just another card that lets you keep your hand size up because you're able to play units off of this, basically, and it also plays them active so that you are not able to be swung over. So they have to figure out another way to deal with those, and if it lasts on the field for more than 1 turn, that's good for you because you're getting even more units out of it. And you would rather use this to play out units than the cards in your hand because you want those for even later game. And unless you keep up the advantage in that sense. So this was a 3-round locals. Round 1 was against Green White Wing. I was able to get him down to like 1 or 2 security, and then he played a wing on me. But luckily I still had like 3 or 4 cards in my hand, and I still had a white base out, so I was able to play out the Fortress Defense, get 2 tokens there, and then get a token off of the base, and that was just enough to get over all the rest of his shields and take out the game. And he wasn't able to play a second wing 0, so kind of lucky there because he was able to ramp up and able to get to the wing 0 cost, but he only had 1. So my little guys managed to prevail through. Round 2 was against a unicorn blue-green aggro deck, and I kind of just went faster than him. It really only lasted 2 minutes. I was able to just kind of play my entire hand out on like turn 3 and swung through all his shields, and he had no defenses in there, so that one really wasn't much of a game. And then round 3 was another green-white wing. And that one was pretty back and forth. She kept playing out blockers and then putting pilots on and make them bigger. So I just kept having to rest them with the Gundam, ignoring them to swing into the life, and then letting her deal with my bodies. And in the end, I was just able to play out enough to get through again in another like 4 or 5 turns. She wasn't even able to ramp up into the wing 0, so I didn't have to deal with my board getting cleared. And that is what won me the Unforeseen Incident winner card. Like I said, the goal of the deck is to just play out as many bodies as possible, as quick as possible. So you really want your starting hand to be like this. Depending on if you're going first or second, depends. Turn 1, if you're going second, you can play out one of these guys. If you're going first, you have to wait a turn, and then your turn 2, you'll play out 2 of them. And if you're able to play out this Zaku 2, you can just swing immediately over the EX base and then get a chip damage in. And then the next turn you're playing maybe 3 guys out. So you really are just spamming the bodies out, and then you can kind of just get past the blockers with the Gundam plus Amuro, or really Amuro plus any unit, but the most efficient one is Gundam plus Amuro. And then the gun cannon with the Sayla Mass, so you're really able to just squeeze past everything. And like I said, you make them deal with your board because you have repair, so if they don't kill your unit, you're kind of getting that life back next turn. That was my Federation aggro deck that got me first place at locals. Let me know what you thought of it in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like. Thanks for watching.